Hey guys, so you probably saw in the thumbnail here that we have a pretty big announcement about something that I've been kind of nervous to share with you. Killarney and I know on a lot of my videos, like I reference being single and all of that, but I just wanted to share with you the actual love of my life. It's been about 10 years since this came into my world, and I think it's time that I can share it with you. So you might be wondering why we're sitting outside. It's not so like we can have this lovely romantic sun and this gorgeous aesthetic. It's because I feel like I'm supposed to put makeup on, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to wear sunglasses and, pretend that it was all on purpose. But anyway, I want to tell you a little story about when I was 27. I had been teaching at a middle school for 5 years, and that summer, in 2013, I was making the transition to be teaching at a high school. And I remember I went to this really important meeting down in Keene, New Hampshire, and I was introduced to what would end up being the love of my life. Connolly's crying. She's heard this story, and she still gets, it's like The Notebook to her, right? Like she still gets so emotional. So I went to this meeting, and I was actually talking about buying my first house, and we were talking about the finances around it. And she's probably gonna cry again, and we're gonna have to interrupt it, but at least we've got one good dog. So anyway, I went to this meeting, and I sat down with this guy, and he was telling me how we were gonna go through my finances. So I don't know if you haven't bought a house before, they ask you, your dog's birth mother's social security number, and they ask to see finances from when you were in middle school, and whether or not you paid cash for your yearbook. So we were kind of combing through everything, and at the time I was going to a debt collector because I forgot to return some books to the library. So this guy told me, that was ridiculous, but we moved past that, and then he proceeded to tell me about something that I've literally been obsessed with for 10 years. It's actually almost the 10-year anniversary of me being obsessed with this thing. And what that is amortization schedules and calculators. So I don't know, stop. It's hard to be a vlogger and a mom. I don't know if you're familiar with what amortization schedules are, but you buy a house, you'll get this statement, and most mortgages, if they're 30 years, you'll make payments for 360 months. So you'll get pages and pages and pages at closing, and it's going to show you each month. Say your principal and interest is $1,000. It'll show you how much goes to principal and how much goes to interest. I loved this document. The whole time I lived in New Hampshire, I would try to pay a little extra on my mortgage, and then I would draw lines in colored pencils and be like, I am where I'm supposed to be in 2017. And I was super, super proud of myself. So that is very exciting, because obviously the more you pay, the more is going to then go to your principal, reducing how much you have to owe over the life of the loan. Now you could also refinance into a shorter loan term, but by doing it this way, you're able to reduce the term, but not have to pay that higher amount every month. So again, sorry about my little sea lion golden retriever. Something that I realized after a few years though, and I still am obsessed with it, now I live in Florida and work in real estate and have a mortgage, but there's this thing online when you pay your mortgage called the amortization calculator. And it goes through and it shows you what everything is supposed to be, but then you can put in figures, and I call my mom sometimes with this, and she's not excited about it at all, but I'll call her and I'll be like, Mom, did you know that if I pay an extra $10,000 a month, my loan will be paid off in 20 months or whatever? And she doesn't get as excited as I do, because she is aware of the fact that I don't have an extra $10,000 a month. But I would love to sit down with you and have a cup of coffee or have a cocktail, or go to a dog park and just talk more about amortization schedules. It's something that's truly changed my heart and made me believe in love the way that Love is Blind does. And I don't know. I can't talk about it enough. Most of my friends are very frustrated with me because I bring it up on a very regular basis, but I would love to just be able to connect with you and talk about it. And I'm glad that I was able to be transparent in this tiny little corner of the internet that's mostly just my own emails subscribing to this channel. So let me know if you have any questions. Love you like I love amortization schedules. What'd you think? Your sister was bad, right? But you were good? Were you good?